Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Tuesday. What the world is wing finance? Wing finance? What the world? Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what's going on with the market right now? Goodness gracious. Another day of sideways movement. That's what's going on. It's just ranging. Blockchain Backer did a very, very interesting video yesterday. I'm going to cover a little bit of that. Remind me in the chat to do that. But listen, is DeFi illegal in the United States? Looks like the Department of Justice is going down that route. This is in reference to the Tornado Cash lawsuit or prosecution executed by the Department of Justice. It's scary stuff when the United States government is willing to do whatever it takes to continue to have its citizens beholden to their financial system, which is rigged against its citizens. It's crazy what's going on. Crypto.com receives a Wells notice and subsequently sued the SEC. That's fascinating to me. We're also going to cover a little bit. Apparently, there's a large XRP YouTuber who says that XRP YouTubers, others, should not be talking about other digital assets. What the world's going on? I have a feeling I know who it is. It's crazy out here in these streets, fam. It's crazy out in the streets right now. You can't talk about other digital assets. So that's why they're not talking about and have not talked about Flare Network in comparison to Link2 and I Trust Capital. In comparison to their coverage of Link2 and I Trust Capital, Flare Networks is like -1. What the world? Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Holy moly. Crypto Eddie shared that. I'll go over that as well. What's going on, Legendary? How are you, brother? XRP YouTuber says we shouldn't talk about other cryptos. What the world? OMG. What is going on right now? What is going on right now? You know how we joke on the channel all the time, Legendary. I say, last time I checked, Brad Garlinghouse hasn't gotten down on bended knee. CEO of Ripple, he hasn't got down on bended knee and asked for my hand in marriage. David Schwartz didn't do it. Neither did Chris Larson. Like, what the world? Those dudes have just lost their way, man. Lost their way. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. It's interesting to see that Crypto.com did sue the SEC. We'll bring that up. We'll cover a little bit of that as well. Again, happy Tuesday. We're going to go over the numbers because the market is just doing what the market does. I was messing around on Flare Networks with my test wallet and did a little swapping out of stables into wrap ETH because of the better APR on Kinetic, only because of that, no other reason. I mean, I think it's kind of good to be in digital assets that have a chance to 2, 3, 4, 5x right now. Sure, do you want to have a little stuff in stable? Sure. If you're in a position, if you got a moon bag, you want a certain percentage in stables. It's always dependent upon where the market is right now, but I feel like we're not full bloom bull run, but we're right at the cusp of it. And so I just decided to move some stables into wrapped ETH just to get the better APR and, getting the APR where they are Kinetic in what, Jewel and Key, Jewel, Key, and RFLR, which I think is important because I just think, some people may be planning for an awesome Christmas 2025. Thinking about that, Pookie Pookie? Are you thinking about that awesome Christmas in 2025? I think, for us in the Crypto Teachers Home, we're planning on that one. Not that we won't celebrate the birth of the one this year, but 2025, you got to look out. You got to be able to see that. Got to be able to look out into the future and see that. Got to tell you, I'm impressed with Kinetic and SparkDex. SparkDex been number one for sure. Kinetic, close number two. A close number two is Kinetic. But yeah, UI US is great. And I'm just thinking, man, the 2028 cycle and the liquidity coming in to that. I think this bull run is going to awaken the masses in a way that a lot of people are just not thinking about. BTC is going to go over 100K. That number is going to be significant to the no coiners, right? People not in the space yet. And I think they're going to come in big time. And it's going to really show up in the next cycle. Not they'll come this cycle, but I'm talking about the reality, the realization that the digital asset space is the one. It's the way. The increase in content creators, all these different things are really going to wake people up that this is it. This is the way to fight inflation and the debasement of currency. This is going to be this cycle is going to be the wake-up call to the masses. And they're going to go through a tough learning curve in 2026 and 2027. But more will stay than stay the last cycle in 2022 and 2023. More will stay. Right? More will stay. More will figure out ways to invest for the next cycle. And I think that is going to be so hugely important. People are going to have to figure out a way to get liquidity into this new financial system during these bear markets so that they can prepare for the next cycle. I know I'm doing my part for sure to help people understand that, right? In the Patreon, we share, right? This idea of what are you doing in preparation? What are you willing to do in preparation for not only this cycle, but the next cycle? Raoul Paul talks about we got 6 years. We got 6 years before this thing will be a normal everyday thing globally. We got 6 years to be the early adopters. We got 6 years to be early and to grab as much market share as we possibly can. We got 6 years, fam, to do it. That means the rest of this cycle and the next cycle, like all hands on deck, like, I don't know, like electronics being sold, clothes being sold. I don't know. What are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do? I ask you. To create generational wealth for you and your family, to hand down assets to your children and grandchildren of this new financial system. What are you prepared to do? Interesting question. Interesting question. We share that in Patreon. Are you leaving? Interesting stuff. So, in any case, we're going to go over the numbers. What's going on, Devon, Steve? How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in. Interesting stuff. We'll go over the numbers here on CoinGecko. That's one of my favorite. Devon Steve says, legendary. My day is coming to close. Your day is just starting. Yeah. Where are you again? Where are you located again, Devon Steve? Let me go over to CoinGecko. Refresh it one more time. XRP YouTuber says, We shouldn't be talking about other cryptos. Like, what the? Oh, my head hurts, man. My head hurts from that 13-year-old mentality is just unbelievable right now. All right. So according to CoinGecko family, the total cryptocurrency market cap is down 3% in the last 24 hours and is currently at $2.27 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is around 55 cents, or should I say 55 cents. Bitcoin is trading at $62,628 again. And on the 30-day, it's up 15%. Ethereum is trading at $2,400 roughly again. And on the 30-day, it's up 6.5%. Solana is trading at $143 again. And on the 30-day, it's up 12%. XRP, the beloved, is trading at 52 cents again. And it's 0.5% up on the 30-day. The market fam is just doing what the market does. So we is doing this thing. Oh, it's $1.99. It's $1.99. It's under $2. It's So we is on Coinbase. So we is on Bybit. So we is on Binance. You can bridge if you want to do that and just swap in the Sui wallet if you want to do that. It's good to see it's under $2. Good. Crypto Eddie was talking about she got a little 2x in 30 days. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 2x in 30 days. Shout out to Crypto Eddie. Look, this market is crazy. Sui on the 30-day is up 180%. But Tensor on the 30-day is up 166%. I guess, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm hoping based AI will come around and do its thing. I don't know. You gotta put all things together to make it happen. You gotta have the narrative. You gotta have the attention. Can't just have technology. You gotta get out there and get that awesome technology out into the marketplace so people will know. No one knows enough. Not enough people know enough about based AI. But in any case, there's BitTensor, there's the Tau token doing its thing. 166% up on the 30-day. Holy smoke, goals. I think based AI is better technology, but if it ain't out there grabbing market share, it ain't out there grabbing market share. You know what I mean? All right, so there it is. There's the market. Those are the numbers, rather, I should say. And, the market is just doing what the market does. Let me see if there's some X stuff I want to cover here real quick. I know it's not Talk That Talk Thursday, but I do want to cover this interesting post from Vivek Ramaswamy, former Republican candidate for president, business guy. I love what he says here. Elon reposted it. Essentially, Vivek is saying, shut down the entitlement state, and you solve most of the immigration problem. Right there. We need to man up, he says, and fix the root cause that draws migrants here in the first place. And that is the welfare state. But no one seems to want to say that part out loud because too many native-born Americans are addicted to it themselves. I think it's okay to be there for a bit, but to build your life upon it or on it, that's just not a great move. It's just not a great move. We were on welfare growing up, right? I didn't go to school and get everything done to become an adult and get on welfare, right? My family was on it for a while. I remember little, elementary school and I think even junior high school, we were still on it in junior high school, right? Eventually we got off. Eventually, people got some jobs and, all that kind of stuff. But, whole life of it, I'm not sure. This whole idea of totally being dependent upon it, not sure. That's kind of the problem. I don't know if we need to get rid of it. We need to fix it. We need to make it better. We need to make it more efficient. We need to provide more access. Make it better. You don't have to get rid of it, but make it better, in my opinion. So Elon says this. Vivek says is, of course, true. The social safety net, quote unquote, of state and federal government payments is a powerful magnet for anyone living below that standard. Anyone living below that standard. Interesting. Over 5 billion people to move to the United States. And that's the challenge, right? You got people from other places that are not even doing as well as people on social services here in this country, for crying out loud. So they come here for that, right? It says, couple that with open borders, and obviously vast numbers of people will move here. It would be absurd to expect any other outcome. Yeah, but it's a difference between coming here illegally and trying to get here legally, right? So, shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy. Justin, Crypto.com receives a Wells notice from the SEC. Interesting. Where's the one where they show that they sued? Yeah, our guy Jungle shared this. Crypto.com is pushing back. They filed a lawsuit accusing the SEC of overstepping by labeling most crypto transactions as securities without clear rulemaking. After receiving the Wells notice, the platform is fighting to protect the future of crypto in the United States. They've also petitioned both the CFTC and SEC for joint clarity on crypto derivatives regulations. Despite the legal battle, Crypto.com remains committed to compliance. Holding over 100 global approvals, operations remain uninterrupted as the fight continues. Jungle with his skill set there displayed. CoinDesk covered it as well. Crypto exchange, Crypto.com, cryptocurrency exchange, Crypto.com said it sued the SEC along with its chair, Gary Gensler, and its 4 commissioners after the regulator sent a Wells notice to the company. Don't be scared. We had to do a similar situation as well with the FTC. Can't be scared, man. And our personal business thing. Can't be scared, right? You gotta take it to them when they're overstepping, man. It's important. These unelected bureaucrats think that they can rule the day, think that they can just go out there and do their own thing. No, bro, we're not having it. No, bro. We're not having it. I'm gonna let you guys listen to this. I don't know if it might be too early. This dude's like cursing a bunch. Might be too early for all like cursing. Couple of things that I'm looking into. The Bitcoin wallet. I've looked into Zengo on the app. The next level of security on Zengo, however, is coming from a centralized entity, and you're paying monthly for it. It's 3FA as opposed to 2FA. The challenge is always that concern of that centralized entity providing this level of security, that if they go out of business, that they go bankrupt, that if they, I don't know, United States regulators come after them, who knows? I don't know. That's kind of the challenge. And although I'm a fan of the Zengo wallet, yeah, that's a little issue. So I'm looking at some other one. It's a little bit of an issue. I may explore the paid version for 30, 60, 90 days. Just to share with you guys. Again, it's a Bitcoin wallet. But we'll see. That is a concern. I'm not sure how Zango is working around, covering that. If we go, how Ripple says if Ripple goes out of business, the ledger's still alive and doing its thing. Can Zango Wallet say that if they go out of business or go bankrupt, is that service still available, right? Is it smart contracted? That kind of stuff. So, in any case, I'm looking into a new wallet. It's called Nunchuck. It's called the DeFi wallet. I'm sorry, decoy wallet from Nunchuck. Heard of Nunchuck before. Enhance your Bitcoin security with plausible deniability. You can read about there in the blog. Here are the links for it. I'm going to look into it, and I'll get back to you guys as well. I saw something about multi-sig, but I'm going to look into that as well. Another thing that I'm looking into as well, just wanted to share that with you guys. It's been merged in Lipstick. This marks the present world deployment of music too, as is available to all projects using. Okay, something else. All right. So another thing that I'm looking into is this HarpyDoio. This is a security thing as well. And it's very, very similar, I think, to Wallet Guard and what's the other Pocket Universe. Wallet Guard, Pocket Universe. They display the transactions that you're signing so you can see it in detail, and it kind of alerts you in red if it's not the exact transaction that you should be doing that you wanted to do, things like that. MetaMask does have a little, so does Rabby Wallet. They now got in their transactions on sites that you connect to. They got a little warning. This site is trying to do something. Doesn't look like it's legit. So MetaMask does have that as well. But I'm going to look into Harpy as well, HarpyDoio, and I'll let you guys know. I'll let the guys in the Patreon know first, and then I will let you guys know about that as well. So let's get into this. Is DeFi illegal thing? Because this affects Flare Networks. This affects what Uniswap. It affects all of DeFi. It affects all of DeFi. It's important to understand that. Now, it doesn't affect Ripple's DeFi. You know why? Because Ripple is doing institutional DeFi. It's a little different, I think. I think it's a little different because they have all these licenses and stuff already. And they're going to bring institutional products on the decentralized exchange. But there on the AMM and those liquidity pools, what's going on now? What's going on now with that part of the DeFi at Ripple? Because this case against Tornado Cash, the judge said it doesn't matter if they have control of the money or not. If it doesn't matter, you still need a money transmitter license. You still a money transmitter is what they're essentially saying. We're going to cover that. Let me say hey to some of the people in the chat. Then we're going to go to this video interview from Bankless. Alex Eats in the building. What's going on, bro? Michael Marchese is in the building. Says, yo, from Myrtle Beach. Oh, all is well, bro. Alex Eat, I was just talking about you the other day with Miss Crypto Siege about that banner that you gifted us with way back yonder for our X or Twitter banner. Yeah, we really like it, man. We're gonna do more stuff with our merch, and that's gonna be like the foundation for our merchandise, man. So we really appreciate that, man. We thank you for that. Pookie says they will do anything for us not to get rich. That's correct, man. The powers that be want us beholden to a failed financial fiat system that is essentially rigged against us. What's going on, the Muskegon aristocrat? How are you, bro? How are you, man? Hope all is well. Let's go over this great interview from Bankless in the YouTube channel. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick, go back and smash the like button. We always like to have just as many likes on the stream as we have viewers in the stream. It's one of the best ways to get this channel out to more people hanging out there on YouTube watching videos of crocodiles transitioning out of the floodwaters to safer grounds. And you can do your part right now by helping to get that channel out. We need a new 1%, fam. We need a new 1%. We really, really do. And hitting that like button helps to get the channel out to more people out there who need this new financial system. Hugely important. Appreciate you guys doing that. For sure. All right. And by the way, if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% of people are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just look at your subscribe button. See if you have subscribed to the channel. If you have not, just hit that subscribe button right now. We're trying to get that number down from 50% down to about 25% or so. And you could do your part to help us get there. Let's go over this video here. I mean, it's interesting little interview here. That ain't it. Is it over here? Nope. Let me go over here and cover this first before we cover. Oh, it was right there. God dang it, I missed it. It was right there, and I missed it. Go back. Here it is.
The U.S. Code, which is where the Bank Secrecy Act is.
Very, very good interview. A lot of great questions being asked there. Trying to think, where do I want to go? Money transmission, explain, that's 21. Yeah, let's go here. The ruling and its implications. Let's go ahead.
So that's essentially what they're saying about Tornado Cash. And that's why the stakes are so much wider. The stakes are potentially all of DeFi in the United States. So can you get us to the like, and just to clarify my understanding of this, Jake, is like in the ruling, maybe we'll get to the ruling that happened on that Friday in September. In the ruling, the judge, by saying that Roman Storm had responsibility, that Tornado Cash and his development of Tornado Cash was essentially a money transmitter, right? Then de facto, is she not implying that all DeFi protocols, potentially smart contracts, could be money transmitters? Or like, was this just tied to privacy? Anyway, let's get to the actual ruling and what the implications might be. So what happened in the ruling on the 26th?
Yeah, so as I said, in the motion to dismiss the indictments, there were many arguments, but the crux of the argument was Roman Storm was not operating an unregistered money transmitting business because what he was doing, offering a website, offering a user interface, writing the original code, working on the relayer network, that is not money transmission because he was not accepting funds and then transmitting funds on behalf of any other person. He never had custody over user funds. He did not have control over the protocol. And the judge basically said, that is not my interpretation of the law. My view of the law is a person does not need to have control over user funds or custody over those funds in order to engage in money transmission. And it's very important to note, first of all, that motions to dismiss indictments are very rarely granted. So in a sense, it's not surprising that Storm lost the motion. The standard is extremely difficult to meet. Courts are very deferential to the government. They basically say, well, as long as the indictment sort of hints that there was a crime, as long as the language of the statute that alleges an offense is somewhere in the indictment, then more or less this can go to trial. But Judge Phelan went way beyond just saying this indictment is at least sufficient to move on to trial. She actually made a holding on the core legal issue that control is not necessary to engage in money transmission. And she sort of steps back and does what I think is a bit of a sleight of hand that the government does as well, which is to describe Tornado Cash as a whole as a service. So she says that Roman Storm was offering a service that was the Tornado Cash protocol, but she doesn't engage at all with the details about what that service actually might be. And I think we could all agree that, Storm was offering some type of service. There was a business here. There were ways in which he was being compensated for that business, but the business was not the business of money transmission. And that's something that Judge Fela, at least in my opinion, just didn't engage with in the ruling.
Okay, so can we talk about this term money transmission? Because we're talking a lot about this court hinges upon the judge's definition of like what money transmission actually is and who's a money transmitter and who's not. We'll talk more about that. But like, why is that even important? So say I'm a money transmitter, Jake. Does this imply some level of responsibility, like culpability, a set of things I have to do? Why is money transmission so important here?
Yeah, so it's a great question. And this might get a little bit in the weeds of the law, but hopefully the listeners will appreciate understanding a bit more how these different statutes play together. Exactly to your point, if you are a money transmitter, then you are a type of regulated financial institution under the Bank Secrecy Act, which is that law that the Treasury Department, FinCEN, enforces. As a money transmitter, you have to go register with FinCEN. You have to KYC all of your customers or users. You need internal controls. You need to designate a compliance officer. You need to do all kinds of reporting and record keeping under the Bank Secrecy Act. So being a money transmitter imposes a lot of compliance obligations on you under Title 31 of the US Code, which is where the Bank Secrecy Act is. Totally separately from that, you also could be subject to criminal liability under Title 18 of the US Code. That's where all the criminal laws are that the Department of Justice enforces. And Title 18 makes it a crime, specifically under Section 1960, to operate an unregistered money transmitting business. So the way that ordinarily we would think about this before the Department of Justice recently took a different position is, if you're a money transmitter, but you don't register with FinCEN, you've committed two separate violations. Number one, a civil violation under Title 31 of the Bank Secrecy Act. The Treasury Department might enforce that violation against you. And number two, a criminal violation under Section 1960 of Title 18, then the Department of Justice might come and prosecute you criminally. But we all assumed that this was all or nothing, right? You've either complied with the law or you've not complied with the law and violated both of those different statutes. Here, the Department of Justice is saying, that's wrong. You can be in compliance with Title 31, following all of Treasury's guidance, and nonetheless be engaged in money transmission as we differently define it under Section 1960. And that, frankly, breaks my brain. I don't know how an industry could possibly operate when we can't follow the guidance of the Treasury Department, which is tasked with enforcing this type of statute.
So you said is it Title 18?
Title 18 is the criminal code, yes.
That's the criminal code. And this is what Roman Storm was explicitly charged with, among other things, a violation of Title 18. You said that is a criminal charge. So when we talk about criminal charges, right? So I mean, we're talking about what? Like jail time? Like what are the penalties for this type of a criminal charge?
Yeah, the potential penalty for operating an unregistered money transmitting business under 18 USC Section 1960 is 5 years in prison. And, he's also accused of violating Section 1956, which is the money laundering statute. You could tack on more years for that. And then there's also the sanctions violation, which again, all hinges on essentially the same general allegation that Storm is liable for third-party misconduct that he...
Yeah, and that's the big thing, right? The third-party misconduct. And this is just, listen, this is just when you get these agencies, they get their lawyers, they get their smart people, they get them around the desk or table and say, how can we spin this? How can we make a case for this? How can we make a case for this? We've been charged with the responsibility to make a case for this, just like the quote unquote going to the moon, right? You get the head of the country saying, this is the thing that we want to do. We want to get someone on the moon. They charge a group or entity to do it. That group or entity comes together around the table or tables and figures out a way to make that happen. no different than what's going on right now. The Department of Justice has been charged with this responsibility. Let's figure out a way to take DeFi down. Remember, because DeFi is about you and I, it's peer-to-peer. It's about you and I collectively participating. DeFi doesn't happen without peer-to-peer, without people. You understand? That's what's going on. Head of the country, whoever that is saying that, look, now someone's got their hand in that pocket. I don't know if it's the banks. I don't know if it's the central banks who own the central banks, the people who own those central banks. But clearly, DeFi is a threat to that system. I call it old money, because the start of the central bank was created by a bunch of that old money. And they're clearly saying, excuse me, because, by the way, DeFi is about to offer, and in some places offers the risk-free rate, that low 5%, to crypto people. Instead of the central banks getting it. Understand? It's a system, DeFi is a system that will walk us away from being beholden to this financial system that is rigged against us. So, current administration says, well, the Department of Treasury already said something, it's down, it's in stone. Let's do the Department of Justice. Let's see if we can't, come up with some charges, some criminal stuff. We can spin it. Or you can sacrifice this young United States citizen. We'll just sacrifice him for the greater good of the establishment, of the elite, of old money. This is what's going on, fam. This is what's going on. Question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to just hang out, just accept it, just take it? How much can we do? We can do our part by understanding, by spreading the word in our own little way. Dude, why are you in crypto? I'm in crypto because this financial system is rigged against me, man. It's stealing from me. It's taking away from my family's wealth. Do you know what the basement of the currency is and what it means? Why are you getting only 0.00 or 0.01% on your money in a bank? Did you know that the minute you deposit your money into a bank, it's no longer yours? You don't even have to bring up crypto or say anything in reference to crypto. You can just enlighten and educate them to what the financial system currently is doing to them that they don't even know about. You could explain to them the hoodwink and bamboozle of FDIC insurance. It's a lie. There is no FDIC insurance. It's FDIC insurance is about the same status as the United States paying off its debt. So I ask you, is that going to happen? FDIC is the same status as the United States paying off its debt. It's just a kick the can down the road scenario. There is not enough money in those little coffers at the FDIC to cover all the current deposits in the financial system. They don't give you your money back. They just ship you off to another bank in hopes that that bank won't go under, and in hopes that the current depositors don't get a sudden revelation enlightenment and say, I'm taking my money out of this thing, and they all do it at the same time. That's the hope. Because if they did get the enlightenment and revelation and all decide to take their money out at the same time, it ain't going to be there. It's not going to be there. FDIC insurance, great idea. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, ruined it. Social Security, great idea. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, screwed it up. Who did that? The central banking system. Old money. You got to remember that agreement was between those families and the United States government for war supplies. It started that way. And it just became more manipulative and more manipulative because they knew, old money knew they had the power. And they devised a system to take from its citizens and give it to those families. That's old money, fam. That is old money. It's a tough pill to swallow, but once you know it, you can begin to fight it. If you don't know, I mean, there's a reason why there's rumors and talks and write-ups and bills trying to get rid of the Federal Reserve. The real puppet master, by the way, is the Bank of England. The real puppet master is the Bank of England, if you really look into it. Pulling the strings. It's the real deal there, fam. So is DeFi illegal? This is a big case in a lot of ways. Now, again, one of the ways that we can help to fight it is to just, educate our boys. Dude, did you know what's going on when you deposit your money into a bank? You ain't got to talk about Bitcoin. Do you know what's going on when you deposit your money in the bank? They'll eventually say, well, what else can I do? Then you can turn them on to digital assets, self-custody, becoming more self-sovereign. Like back in the day when we used to be a self-sovereign nation. When we used to custody our own stuff. The people who started the central banks were the ones who started the whole idea of taking in this gold. They started that. We'll just give you these paper stuff so you don't have to, handle your own gold yourself. You understand? That's what happened. So, DeFi, the DeFi fund is another thing that you can do. Let's see if I can't find that. The DeFi fund. Let me go here and see if I can't find that. .org. I don't know if I need to do this to find it. No, that won't work. It's still not working. Why is that spacing? I'm not spacing. No, where did I put that? Let's see. Did I do it here? Yeah, I did. There it is. Right here, DeFi Education Fund. How about that? DeFi Education Fund. .org. You can do dollars and you can do crypto, which is interesting. Donate with crypto. And probably have some wallets here. I see some. Okay. I'm just trying to see what the wallets are. see. You gotta put your name and all this stuff. Okay. Okay, you have to sign that up there, but you can do, I thought I saw Bitcoin, I thought I saw XRP and Ether in here as well. So you can donate with crypto as well. DeFi protocols can bring transparent and secure financial access to millions of people around the world. Think about that. And this is what current administration is trying to fight. They're trying to fight it, fam. Why do you think that is? We got to take the country back, bro. We got to take it back. Can't sit idly around saying, oh, well, I win moon. I'm good. That's why we talk about on the channel all the time, Legendary. We need a new 1%. It says, to realize this promise, we need to explain to policymakers around the world what DeFi is, how it works, and how it benefits people. By the way, that person being interviewed on Bankless is Jake Chavinsky. He is on the board of this fund as well. We must advocate for a technology that can upend the status quo for the better. We need your help to make that vision a reality. Your support empowers us to make the case for DeFi protocol, for DeFi. Protect its nascent but immense potential and build a policy landscape welcoming of this incredible innovation. Let's see here. Sorry, like to end the media about, let me do this. DeFi Education Fund.org. I was trying to see, oh, maybe steering committee? About our team. Let's see about our team. I remember the lady here, she showed up in Congress, boy, and she just waxed poetically. I mean, she did an awesome job. Amanda Tuminelli did an awesome job there. CEO is Middle White House Levine. Who is that? A minor in Mandarin Chinese from Georgetown School of Foreign Service. Interesting. All right. Yeah, there is Jake right here. Steering committee. There's Jake Chavinsky there. So if you have something to give, you can do it here. It's DeFi Education Fund.org. Because remember, new financial system, they're going to be valuable assets that will have this opportunity to gift to our children and grandchildren and help them to be less dependent upon a system. It would be cool if the system was not rigged against us, but it is rigged against us. It is rigged against us. So we need a new financial system. And we're blessed to be early, and we can get access to our children and grandchildren that they can hold on to in this new financial system, and they'll be ahead of the game. Because they'll hold assets, valuable assets, hopefully like XRP. They'll hold valuable assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, hopefully, right? So we can do our part by doing that as well. Keyless is in the building. How are you, miss? The Lady of Crypto is here. Legendary says it best here. Legendary says it best. People need to realize not only should your finances be sovereign, but you as a person is sovereign, beholden to no authority or government, only beholden to God. Yes, sir. We got to get back to that ethos, man. We got to get back to that mantra. We've gotten, I don't know, too dependent. We trusted them. It's a little difficult for you to, it's a little challenging to deal with holding your own money and managing it yourself. Oh, well, look, we can take care of you. We can take care of you. We can manage your money for you for a fee. Yeah, we got you. You don't need to educate yourself on the finances. We'll do it for you. Robert Kiyosaki decades ago exposed it. Exposed it decades ago. Right? He exposed it decades ago. He tried to tell us decades ago what was going on. How many people could say honestly they read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? There might be even a kids version. Get your kids to listen to it. I got Little Miss Crypto Siege investing in this new financial system every paycheck. Every paycheck. Hold on 1 second. You know, this is what you got to do. We got to take it upon ourselves to educate. So I was hanging around on Kinetic and Scepter and SparkDex, having a good old time over there. I made a little swap out of some stables into wrapped ETH. You know, they're paying a little bit more APR, like 67% opposed to 30-something percent. Not now, Flare Networks put this little thing out. I'm not sure what's going on there with that. But by the way, do you guys have any Bitcoin wallets that you recommend, or are you guys pretty much just doing the ledger, what is it called? Ledgers and Trezors. Any Bitcoin wallet recommendations? Keyless, you got any Bitcoin wallet recommendations? Now, is this old? Because I thought we got the RFLR rewards yesterday. Am I not? Am I wrong on that? I don't know. Anyway, Flare Networks put this out. Yet another epoch of RFLR rewards is live. New RFLR rewards are available on SparkDex, BlazeSwap, Gnosis Global, and Kinetic Markets. Jump into their pools to start earning yours. Let's go. Here's a guide. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. What's up? I think it was Vesper. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right. I'll call you later. Or I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye. So, and this is the emissions guy. I love that Flare Networks is doing this as well, right? Things they don't have to do, but they're doing, right? They're constantly supporting the community. Right? Some communities think, look, I put this guide out once, why do I have to keep showing it? Right? You got to get the bigger picture, right? The idea is to build up a raving, we call it in marketing, raving fans. What's a raving fan? Someone who just loves the community, loves what's going on, feel like they're constantly being fed, feel like they're constantly being given to, being served. That's what you want to create. That's what you want to create. Flare Networks is doing a good job at that, you know. I applaud them. So I guess we can use the test wallet, see if there's any RFLRs going on here. Let me check. Legendary says Trezor with a couple of asterisks. What's those asterisks about, bro? Are you saying treasure, but uh are you guys got a conversation going? Legendary says, I have a first gen Trezor, a decent and a Ledger. Keela says, I really don't like Ledger. Very cumbersome to me. I try not to move stuff there if I can help it. But BTC is in there. I hear you. Keela says, mine is Ledger. Michael Marchese says, decent, right? Ledger Blue, man. I haven't heard of the Ledger Blue in a minute. Ledger Blue, wow. Keela says, hearing rave reviews about, are you saying Trevor? Are you guys spelling that the right way? Legendary said, no, Trezor. But Trevor is a cool dude. Yeah, Trevor. Okay. So Trezor, yeah. Yeah, they're getting better and better and better. They are getting better, better, and better. For zero, for sure. So none of you guys have tried out the Zengo wallet. I like the kind of the idea of 3FA. I don't like that it's a service though that's being provided by a third-party company. That's the challenge. It's okay to create the software for the people to use, but if you're kind of like the service provider to it, I don't know. Barbie Taylor's in the building. Hi, C's. G Dub Dub Masterminder's here. What's going on, Barbie? How are you, miss? So that's kind of the issue, right? I mean, Ledger's a third party, but they provide us something, and they created a software and a hardware thing, and then now you own it, you control it. But with the Zango wallet, you paying this monthly fee, and there's other stuff that comes with it besides security. It's just I don't know about the whole thing, though. That's my only part. Oh, it's no longer available. Now, yeah, now they got the flex. What do they got on now? Stacks and some other thing. Oh, you're dodging Milton. Oh, be safe out there. Be safe, Barbie. Barbie says, great, thanks. Dodging Milton. Be safe out there. Oh, what's a raving fan? Okay. My screaming comment was answering your question about what is a raving fan. LOL. Okay, Keyless, thank you. Kev Cleveland checked in. What's going on, Kev? How are you, bro? I'm sorry I missed you checking in. I appreciate you being here. So, any case, Zengo, I don't know. I do like the three-factor, the 3FA. I do like that. But again, that whole thing. Another possibility is Volti Sig. VULTI Sig. One word. That's from the people from the Thor chain Rune, Rune thing. Kirk Elliott, what's good, bro? I'm well, brother. How are you? So that's another one. It's Volti Sig. Again, this is the Thor chain blockchain people, or or something, Rune people, right? Uh so that's another one. That's another one. They're still beta over there, but they got a different kind of multi-sig that I'm looking into as well. Looking into that as well. So let's see what's going on with these R emissions thing, man. You go to portal.flare.network. I could have sworn I did my emissions the other day. Like am I not? Am I off? I don't know. Let's go over there again and check and see. I could have sworn I did that yesterday or day before. we're gonna, yeah, connect this wallet, connect the MetaMask wallet. And go to emissions. Like I could have sworn I did. And I guess you guys see here it says available funds. I think this is something that I can withdraw right now and do something with it. Again, this is the little test wallet. Available funds from previous RFLR things. I think I can withdraw this no penalty. The lock one is the one that if you withdraw, you're getting it 50% hit. Right. So you see here it says select the project. Again, this is with the test wallet. So I'm only on 2 platforms. Let's see if there's anything there. See how it says nothing to claim? Because I did it yesterday. So maybe they're just whatever. Let's go to Kinetic. You see, it's not because I already claimed it. Yeah. So maybe that post is just whatever. I don't know. See, nothing to claim, nothing to claim. So, but that's right, Barbie? That available funds, I think that is, you can take that out now with no kind of hit, right? Because they do 112, you can take out immediately and then, but I still haven't withdrawn it from main wallet or test wallet. But I think that's what it is. Right? I think that's correct, right? That available funds legendary. I think you should be able to withdraw that now without penalty hit. Pookie likes Blaze Swap. Have any of you guys used the a Maggie thing from Bifrost? Have any of you guys used that? I haven't used that yet. So when you say legendary says, hey, have you dove into the SUI ecosystem yet, Siege? If not, it looks like there's going to be some good gains from new projects. Ecosystem. So I've been hanging out on Cetus, legendary. I've used the bridge about 3 times. I started in the ecosystem on turbos and liquidity pools there in the CLMM, the concentrated liquidity market maker pools, is how I started in the SUI ecosystem. Yeah, I'm a little curious on the projects like Cetus and I think Cetus and Turbos each have their own tokens. But other than that, I haven't used Navi yet. Maybe Navi protocol is kind of like a lending thing. You can just lend your SWI there, get a little whatever. Look at it, come back and look at it a year later and kind of see what's good. Barbie Taylor says, I don't know, dear. I just have most of mine in SFLR and Scepter. I keep it locked up, treat it like a 401k. I hear you. Yeah, that's a nice, simple thing to do. For sure. But I think that's right. I think in those available funds in that RFLR. So Barbie, when you have your SFLR and Scepter, Scepter is not part of the emissions yet, is it? No, it is not. Got it. So you're getting your 44%. So just some food for thought, Barbie. You can take that SFLR and take it over to Kinetic, right? Kinetic.market, and you can lend your SFLR there, which is I don't want to use the word staking because you're not staking it, but they have a supply and borrow, and you can supply your SFLR there and earn extra percentage. It's only 1.54%, but you're getting rewards and RFLR, Key, and Jewel. And obviously, I bring that up because if it's 44%, it would be 46 or 47%. But you would be getting more. You would be getting that RFLR as well. So just some food for thought. So yeah, so you would be getting all the SFLR stuff that you get. You still would get that, but then you would get the RFLR emissions that they're doing for however long. What are they doing it for a year as well? So anyway, update on the SparkDex. Now remember on SparkDex, they moved to V3.1. So if you're in any of these liquidity pools, in the V3.0, you gotta withdraw them. You gotta withdraw it, get it in your self-custody wallet, and then go to V3.1 and re-enter. Re-enter the pool. Let me re-enter here. I have some SFLR. I'm gonna split half of the SFLR into Joule. I'm gonna enter this liquidity pool at 231% APR. Now the APR is rewards. The fee APR is 76%. When did that go up? Goodness gracious. And the rewards APR is 155%. And you get Joule, 41,666 Joule daily rewards. Man, that went up a bit. I keep some in this test wallet, even though I got a main wallet that has a lot more. I keep this one in this little test wallet. Yeah, I could combine it and just have one, but just I use it over here for showing you guys how to do it. So I have SFLR, but I don't have any Joule tokens, right? So I'm going to go over to swap and swap half of my SFR for Joule and then enter this liquidity pool and then, stake it and all that other stuff, right? So first thing, you got to swap half the SFLR. Now, it's going to come up with a price impact for doing that, but just to show you guys how, I don't think it's like 35 bucks. So it said half is 23. So it's 40 something dollars. That's not a ton, right? So I'm going to approve the SFLR. I like what Rabbi's got going on. I'm going to sign that. It's going to cost 0.02 FLR to do this. Confirm. I'm liking Rabbi a little bit better. Permit 2 than MetaMask. I don't know if I'm at, well, maybe more than a little bit. I'm liking it over. See how it says price impact's too high. It says minus 3% there, right? So you're swapping $23 worth of stuff. You're only getting 22 of Joule. You're only getting $22.85 of Joule. And it gives you a little notice. Do I supposed to check that box? Okay. See, price impact minus 3%. Usually stuff is like less than 1%, right? Confirm the swap. That's good that they got that. I'm telling you, SparkDex, I'm telling you, fam. Doing stuff on SparkDex, my guess is, it's they're coming out with a token. So it is a platform, in my opinion, that is an airdrop farming platform. What do I mean by that? Activity in these things, swapping, pool, and farm will fare well when they do an airdrop for their token. Number of transactions is a plus. The value of those transactions are a plus. So number of transactions, 10 transactions is better than 1. Value of transactions, a $10 transaction is better than a $1 transaction. Weighted. I'm not sure that if I would play the wallet game with SparkDex, I'm not sure. I don't know, but I'm not sure. If you need 10, you got airdrop farmers, they have 10 to 100 wallets. That's time consuming. I don't know if I need to do it for SparkDex, but you could do it if you wanted to. All right, so did the swap go through or no? It did go through. So now I have Jewel and I have SFLR, right? Yes, Jewel and SFLR. All right. I know people say, well, now you don't have as much SFLR. You just gotta, you gotta check the APYs and see if it's worth the risk type deal. All right, so let's go back to the pool, and we're gonna go make sure that you have the right tokens in here. SFLR and Jewel. I need to go to 3.1. You see the message come up? Liquidity 3.0 deployment on Flare will be deprecated, right? So it's on B 3.0. You see top left. Need to go to 3.1. And then make sure you got the right tokens in there, SFR and Jewel. You want it in manual for this particular pool. 0.3% fee tier is really good. And then you choose your range. If you're not really sure, full range is just a safer way. You see how it's only got one circle here in risk and one circle in profit. You can do that, or you can go safe. When you go safe, now you have an opportunity to set your ranges in here, and it's the SFLR price, Jewel per SFLR. So the current price is 0.35 Jewel per SFLR. A safe range is 0.28 on the lower side and 0.49 on the higher side. It just makes your money a little bit more capital efficient, whereas a full range is going to be here all the way to here. With going outside of, let me go back. Let's go back and go back to safe. Oh shit, that messed up. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Let me redo this. Your capital is a little bit more quote unquote efficient, quote unquote. But then you have to kind of monitor the range, right? You have to monitor whether or not you're still in that 0.28 to 0.49 range. I don't know how you do it. I don't know where you check the price of Jewel. To be honest with you. Where do you check the price of Jewel token? Is it on like CoinGecko and stuff like that? It might be. Let's see. JOULE. There it is. What happened? Oh, it's not Jules, Siege. It's Jewel. Up 7%. All right, let's see what we got going on. What kind of numbers we got for this Jewel token? What do we got going on here? Max supply is 1,500,000,000. It's all out, essentially. What's going on with Jewel right now? What's going on with Jewel? Let me see something. On BitTrue. And the rest are DEXs, which is cool. So they're on one exchange. Now I know, it's like Jewel, and then there's the key from the Jewel, the KII. But it's got a price range in here, so it's interesting. Uh, they got no trading view chart right now. What is this? Okay. Price, market cap, it doesn't say what these are. But anyway, let me look at 1 month chart. September, October, November. It's not the best chart, but 0.28 seems good. Safe seems like a good range. If you want to get a little bit more capital efficient, what's your money? Where am I at? SparkDex. So I'm going to do safe. And I'm going to do, I'm going to add the liquidity now. So again, full range. If you don't understand being in and out of ranges and concentrated liquidity pools, you want to hang out in full range, right? In any case, if you're new to this stuff, you don't want to start out with a small amount, $20, $40, $50, learning the game. Beginning learning the game. If you really want to get the next level stuff, join our Patreon, and where we teach you how to set these ranges and how to do these things here. So I'm going to go safe, 0.3%, paying 76% APR right now. That changes. All these APRs change. They go up, they go down. The 24-hour volume goes up and down. The TVL as a whole goes up and down. So SFR there. So again, two different pairs here, two different assets. You're going to go either if you go out of range or whatever, you can go 100% in Jewel, 100% in SFR, depending upon the foundation pair, and it's FLR, SFLR, and Jewel. So you could end up with more Jewel than SFLR, just to know that. And if you're good with holding either one of these assets, depending on how the market goes, then you consider that pool. If you're not, like for a long time, I wasn't cool on Jewel. So for a long time, I did not enter this pool, but now I am. I feel a little bit better about it. And so I entered this liquidity pool. So I'm going to do max there. And you can see the numbers. It says insufficient FLR balance. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Let's get out of that. I don't have enough SFLR. Let's go max. Do I have it that way? Okay, there it is. All right, approve SFLR. Then you got to approve the Jewel tokens. It's not much money. It's $30, not even 30, right? Approves SFLR. Done. See a little green there. SFLR approved. Approve spending the Jewel token. Sign it. Confirm. There it is. Add liquidity button. Here it is. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of SparkDex right now. It's early days. They're doing their thing over there, in my humble opinion. My experience in DeFi, they are doing their thing over there. Confirm. I'm gonna have to do one of my main wallets. Add the liquidity pool. And then you got to do some staking and all that kind of stuff as well. Okay, so that is done. Now let me go over to the farm. Liquidity's been added. Then you got to do this little staking thing and all that other stuff as well. All right, so go to the 3.1, make sure you're on 3.1, and you go here. And again, daily rewards 49,666 Jewel tokens if that's something that you're interested in. Fee APR for this, 76%. Rewards APR, 155%. for a total of 231%. Let's see, nothing there. Now, why is that still saying I don't have an LP token? Let's see. Did I not finish it somewhere? No, I added the liquidity. I added the liquidity. Maybe it just hasn't updated yet. Let's refresh it and see if it'll show it. So I know I did it right. I added a liquidity. It's go with 3.1. But it's not showing up. I did manual. $3.1. It's still showing that I don't have these LP tokens in here, which is I'm not sure. Like I added the liquidity already. So, do I need to, excuse me. Says my pool shares right there. Little 0.03. And if I hit add, it's just going to take me back to adding more. Right? Current. Yeah, there's my range. Maybe it's just taking a little while for it to show up. I think that's it. I think I got everything done correctly. Is it too small of an amount? I don't know. Don't know. Doesn't seem. Yeah, I keep saying there's nothing going on here. I don't know. Let's see. I'm at a loss right now. Says it's there. Do that. Let me see. If I hit add, what is that going to say? See, that's just adding more liquidity to what I already have in here, but it's not showing up. So maybe it just takes a little while. I'm not sure. See, there it should say 53.89. It's not letting me stake. Anybody see any issue that I'm not doing? Why it's not showing up? Still not showing up. Huh. Nope. I guess I can try and reconnect. See if that'll help it. Nope. It's not showing up. I don't know why. I guess we're gonna have to give it a little time and see, but it ain't showing up. Might take a bit, says Keyless. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it might be. It just might take a while. Barbie says, interesting. I'll talk it over with Carl Catalyst. You know, I do. I let him take the lead on these changes. I got you. He'll be down here in 60 more days. Very cool. Very cool. So excited. Thanks, Siege. You're welcome. So it may take a little while for that to show up. So maybe in the live stream, if I do a live stream later today, we'll take a look at that. And see, hopefully, guys were able to follow along there, what's going on. But I did, again, I just added a little wrapped ETH here because the APY is 64%. I had stables, just added a little APY to show you guys for testing a wallet there. And you can see the APYs, 64% for supplying wrapped ETH. So I did is took stables out and I swapped my stables for wrapped ETH. And then you get these rewards here. Distribution APY, 5% Jewel, 23% the KII key, and then 35% R FLR. Now, some people are like, yeah, maybe that's not worth it. It kind of all depends on your appetite. Most of Flare for me is about 2025. It's about September, October, November, December of 2025 for me. That's when I'll look to take profit, you know, that type of thing. That's where I'll look to see with this whole, I have a better sense of what the F assets are looking like and what's that passive income looking like. Am I going to generate hundreds a month and passive income or thousands a month? What is that looking like by the end of 2025? So that's kind of how I see it right now. So there it is, fam. Look, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to hop off here. Yeah, been an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys checking in. Keyless and Barbie, Ladies of Crypto. I appreciate you guys being here. Pookie, Kirk Elliott. I appreciate you guys checking in. Legendary, the Blue Rancher. Appreciate you, bro. Michael Marchese. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. Kev Cleveland. It's been a minute, bro. I appreciate you checking in. The Muskegon Aristocrat. Appreciate you. Devon Steve. Thank you guys for checking in. Alex G. Blue Rancher. Thanks for checking in. Listen, guys, I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.